Okay, so very good afternoon to all the members who have joined us to continue with the today's second session of this online faculty development program. On behalf of Ballarpur Institute of Technology, I welcome you all. Our expert speaker for this session is Dr. Anupam Kher sir. He is professor in VNIT Nagpur, that is Vishweshwaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur. Dr. Anupam Kher sir was awarded PhD in the year 2016 by VNIT Nagpur. He has completed Masters of Technology in Industrial Engineering from RTM Nagpur University with distinction and Masters of Technology in Mining from VNIT Nagpur. He also holds a master's degree in business administration. He is a certified energy auditor and a certified energy manager of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Ministry of Power, Government of India. Dr. Anupam Kher sir has more than 15 years of teaching experience, along with 9 years of experience as the Dean of Training and Placement in one of the most prestigious colleges of Vidarbha, that is Ramdev Baba College of Engineering. In his tenure as Training and Placement Dean, he has accomplished and maintained a rare task of placing more than 80% students on average. Very interestingly, he holds a postgraduate diploma in video programming of news and current affairs, and he has served as a chief coordinator in Vision Consultancy, wherein he has completed more than 30 educational videos and documentaries on various engineering topics. Dr. Kher sir, we are really delighted to have you as our expert speaker today. May I request you to please start the session?
Very good afternoon to one and all. I hope I am absolutely audible. There are no issues with the audio.
Yes, sir, loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you. So it's a wonderful opportunity for me as well. I am really thankful for the organizers that they have invited me for this session, especially the entire management of Ballarpur Institute of Technology, Principal Dr. Rajnikant Mishra. Uh, it's it's uh, it's a it's a very appropriate topic in the times when we are all struggling, to come up with the new normal that has shaken the world, in the sense that everywhere a disruption happened. There are no physical classes happening, and then we are suddenly we are facing in such a situation that the the online teaching came as a surprise for all of us. So there are so many tools. We are forced to use these tools, and many times without proper training also. So there are ifs and buts. People are still finding it, exploring it, learning so many things. So whatever in these few months, since March, whatever I could gain, I'm trying to share with you. I see a wonderful, knowledgeable crowd here. So some of you may be knowing these tricks, but of course there are a lot of tricks and ifs and buts. So we'll start with a sort of exploring what are the available options for online teaching. What we can do is, in terms of, can we collaborate, can we use the best available resources online, what are the best options available, how we can go for a complete a sort of package that takes care of our online classes, attendance, evaluation, everything. So even many colleges are there in India who have invested almost straight away 15 to 20 lakhs to for the going into this technologies. So mind well, now many of these technologies are going to stay, even if the regular classes are going to start, even if physical classes are now going to start. This poses a very uh, big challenge in front of us, who the teachers, where we are, for years together we are used to uh, you know stick to classroom teaching, pick up the chalk, go to the classroom, use the blackboard. Now maybe some of us, we are using the pen and whiteboard, but this was what we are doing. And then the technology came that we started, using presentations everywhere. So the classrooms were connected with projectors, and then we switched on to uh, the presentation modes. So now when the students are not available in front of you, there is a big challenge in terms of how to engage them, how to really make best use of those resources. So I'm going to start with some of my findings, then the technology, then the available tools, softwares, gadgets, and that I'm going to run through some of them. Some of them are so comprehensive that everyone will require a separate presentation. Maybe some of them requires extensive training also, but we'll try to cover as much as possible, as much as possible. Okay, so I hope you are able to see the screen very well. I have actually shared my browser here.
Yes, Anupam sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So first tab I have opened here is a page that belongs to Microsoft Education. Okay. So as an organization, you are all aware about Microsoft entity, one of the biggest IT companies, which is a product company. They comes out with something really fantastic products. Okay. So this is the page I have brought you here, basically for the reason that there is so much of it on offering from the Microsoft to the teachers, to the students, and many things are absolutely free. So we may not be aware. If you are aware, welcome, very good. But so much to explore that even I have not seen much of it. So right from here, you like technology, bringing the entire technology into the classroom, preparing our classroom. So these kind of applications are here. OneNote or digital storytelling, it has come up a new concept with a new product which has been brought here called as Sway. Microsoft Teams, like we are using Google Meet. So Google Meet is being the competitor is Zoom, Microsoft Team, then of course the WebEx. These are the competitors for the teams. Then instruction and assessments we can carry out on the Microsoft platform. Then of course, yeah. So very importantly, if we are able to collaborate, we can find it out, become a member, become a Microsoft educate, become the part of this community. What will happen that these kind of resources will be available. So Excel, all of you know Excel very well. So Excel, we can do lot of assessment, analytics. Then there is a very wonderful tool called as Power BI. I hope people might be using. There is a tool, a competitor tool in the market, which is called as Tableau, which is a very strong competitor to the Power BI. So many things of these are available to the teacher absolutely free of cost. Absolutely free of cost. I'm just switching, okay, to another tab. I hope this switch is visible there. I have opened up my Office 365 account. Okay. And
Yes, sir, it is visible.
yeah. So now this is my Office 365 account I have opened, and you can also open it on yourself. The best part, I would be going into another tab, then I will come. But if you have your own ID of the institute ID, all these things, they come to you in fact free of cost, absolutely free of cost. So I must tell you that many colleges in the past, we have issues regarding getting notices from Microsoft and everything regarding the licenses. So in fact, as an educator or as a student community, if we provide, we just spend some money on giving the official mail addresses, okay, to the students or the entire teaching community. Everything this becomes absolutely free for all of us. absolutely free. Okay, that is the big giveaway by the Microsoft. So Outlook is available, then you get a OneDrive, then you get all the Microsoft Office applications. Okay, and then very interesting that these are furthermore Skype, Sway, and further if I am going to further explore it. Okay, so what is going to happen, that I am going to get what is called as Power BI, which is a very powerful analytics tool, absolutely free, based on my edu account or org account. Okay, so preferable is edu account, but people do not know this kind of facilities there available. So if people are from government institute, if the institutes, I think I can collaborate with you and give the feedback. There are so many good colleges even in my previous organization, the entire 5,000 students, all the around 350 faculty members, okay, and around 250 non-teaching staff, they were all given the official mail IDs, and their mail IDs are associated with the Google suite. That was some expenditure, and then there is an annual expenditure to be given. That's all a beginning. So even now our student passes out, there is a lifetime Gmail account which is available with the student. Okay, and this mail ID, you can see here, I'm right now using it. My previous organization, I being an alumni of the organization, I still have that mail ID. That's why I actually opened it for you specifically. Okay, so Microsoft, I am able to log in as an educator. Okay, my the system administrator who handles this account, he makes it as marks me as a teacher, and then all these my documents and everything, I can keep it here. Okay, I can use any of the app I want. Even there is a OneDrive storage is also available to me. Okay, so Skype, calendar, family safety, these to do the things, that is integration with the calendar, everything is available online. Okay, the best part is that you can install the Office 365 on your PC and use it as in the offline mode also. Okay, so coming back, I will close this tab now and will come down to here straight away. Okay, here on this page you can see at the bottom, okay, Office 365 for students and teachers. So this is absolutely absolutely free of cost to the educators in India. So if I just I'm going for Gmail, my own personal Gmail, then these are not available for free. But I use, say, my account @vnit.ac.in. So that's my official mail ID, whatever I use it here. Okay, XYZ mail ID. So I get the straight away downloadable link for the Office. So I think it's not a very big cost for any organization to go for the Microsoft Office technologies. The best part is that you can involve the students. Okay, so many things are available here. You can see for the students, there are higher education programs, then there are campus solutions. So I'm not going to run through it, but I'm just trying to create a awareness here that even in my previous organization, when we went for it, there was absolutely no one was knowing about it. Absolutely no one was knowing about it. So now, almost 4 or 5 years down the line, every person is getting benefit. They have a lifetime Gmail account, which is an official mail ID. I must tell you, there are so many numerous advantages of official mail ID. So next I'm going to come down here is this G Suite for Education. G Suite for Education. Okay, so again, this, as an educator, I think it is not in your hand to go for G Suite Education. It is up to the management of your college that you can really ask them to bring this G Suite for you. So as I told you, so say 100 GB, 1 TB type of drive space becomes available. All the Google applications, you name it, Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, okay, the Jamboard, okay, the Google Classroom. If I think someone must have told you, it's so beautiful that we started using Google Classroom since March. Everything from taking classes, giving assignments, taking quick quiz is absolutely possible from Google Classroom. Okay, then Google Meet, it's in the non-restricted mode, makes you available. The Gmail is also will not show you any 15 GB messages if the your organization goes for a G Suite, for us or for a standard 100 accounts. I think per head, at the most 200 2000 to 2500 will be the cost of going for the G Suite. So it's again, so many things are available through G Suites, and that's why I thought I should be bringing this to your notice. You can as such with our regular Gmail account, you must be already using all this Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, everything. It is quite possible. Even this Meet is going on our regular Gmail ID. Okay, so still the Google Classroom is also available. The Google Assignment is also available. The Google Form is also available. But there is storage tab. There is so there is no administrator. There is no scaling confidentiality. So these parameters are not available for us as such. Okay, so let's see what are the benefits here. So institution wide email is available. So I would recommend now Ballarpur Institute of Technology, if they will go for it, they will be bringing lot of benefits. So entire Google Classrooms can be managed, Google Docs shared forms can be done. It's quite easy, very much data protected. Then there are email deliveries. Then you can actually when we are sending email to 50, 100, 500 students, often you must have found that our email goes into spam. So then that can be also avoided. We can have numerous groups also. So this is basically related to G Suite and Microsoft Office 365. These two things I wanted to bring to your notice specifically. Okay. So coming on to the next thing, that what we are using today here. Okay, that is a Google Meet. Then in our online teaching aid, whenever we say that we are teaching something, okay, we are teaching something, we are sharing our screen, we are able to share the resources, maybe share a video. Okay, so this is one application of using the online content. So taking a classroom using, say, Google Meet. So many people, they may go for Zoom. Some people, like my organization, has taken a complete suite of WebEx. Okay, so WebEx, Cisco WebEx is also there. And as I told you, if you go with the Microsoft technology, we have Microsoft Teams. Okay, so when we are using the Google Meet as such, okay, so I'm going to show you some beautiful extensions. If you are running this Google Meet through Chrome, Google Chrome, okay, so I'm going to show you something that 4, 5, 7 features that come up as a extension to the Chrome, that is as an extension to the Chrome, and it will be very wonderful for all of us if you can use it. So can anyone tell me that if, like, I'm speaking here, like some text is been, is reflected at the bottom. Are you able to see the text? Whatever I'm saying, is it visible to you or it is only visible to me?
Yeah.
Sir, what?
Yeah.
Sir, by text, do you mean the name of the meeting room or anything else?
No. So it is only visible to me only. So I will show you right now. I will, I will share my entire, yeah. So I'm just, so are you able to see this screen now? I have shared the entire screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, the screen is visible.
Yeah, and at the bottom, whatever is being said is getting typed. Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Oh
Okay.
yes, we're able to see that. Yes.
Yeah. So when I'm conducting a class, if I'm running through a presentation, okay, and there are so many important aspects I have discussed in my class, and there are specific some points I wanted to highlight within the class. Okay, so this is a wonderful extension. Chrome comes up with these kind of extensions. Are you able to see the drop down menu? What I have just clicked here on the extensions.
Yes, sir, we're able to see that.
Yeah. So these extensions I have added here. Okay. So one such extension I am right now using is called as the Tactic. This is called as TACTIQ, Tactic. Okay. And this is one menu which is being available to me now. Okay. So Tactic menu, let's see what it is presenting to us. Okay. So see, whatever the text, whatever I'm saying here is being recorded in the text now. And if I want to highlight some part of my text, okay, so if I'm going to highlight whatever I have said here, are you able to see that I'm highlighting it with this pen? Okay. So now I'm highlighting this everything. I thought that these are where the very important points also. In fact, if you are using a Meet also, where you are discussing very important points related to your organization and you want to highlight. Now, if the entire text is ready with me, okay, so you have to install this extension. Are you aware how to install the extensions, or shall I show you?
Sir, please show. Actually, most of the people, I think, don't know about it.
Okay, they are not aware. Okay. So, Google Chrome extensions. So this is specifically Google Chrome comes up with a Chrome extension store. This is called as Chrome Web Store. Are you able to see this? Okay. So many extensions are there. And I can go here and say whatever the how many extensions are there related to Google Meet. Let's try to see. So Google Meet Plus, Google Meet breakout rooms, Google Meet attendance. Okay. So these kind of, these extensions are coming. So as I told you, what is the spelling of that extension? TACTIQ. Okay. So this tactics for Google. Okay. So this is the extension. I have already installed it. So you have to go here and that extension will come here. Okay. It is saying remove, but in your case it will come as add to the Google Chrome. So you have to just click the button add to Google Chrome. Okay. So what will happen? It is added here. So now once it is added, this kind of sorry. So it is not going beyond the direction, but this kind of icon is available here next to your profile photo. Okay, and then I have to just click it, and it will the drop down list will be available for you. So I am just ticking it, so the extension is now available. Okay, so once the entire class is over and you thought that whatever you said was very important and it can be converted into the text, so the simple part is that I'm going to put this into a Google Doc straight away. So whatever till this time I have said, I'm going to shift it to Google Doc. Now you can see it has opened my, okay, and it has said that it has saved this document as called as the meeting transition, and whatever I have highlighted it, now you can see it very well. Are you able to see the entire text, whatever is being said? It is such a wonderful feature. It saves so much of time, so much of time. I must tell you, because in training and placement earlier, I used to have very less time to prepare notes, to prepare applications, and it was many a times that we faced the issue with our clerks and teaching assistants which were available to us. Okay, and they were unable to make it correct documents. Every time they will bring it, and I was required to correct it. And finally, with 2-3 people, I got so much fed up that I started using this tool, as that entire document is, I speak it up, it is straight away copied here, and then the entire text is available. So only thing is that unnecessary text may also come, that what I am speaking, or I am repeating the lines. But if you say everything correctly, the entire document is prepared, you need not type it, so much of time is saved. So that is very biggest advantage. Now you can see whatever I have. Now I will again say, okay, so I delete the entire conversation now. So I delete the entire conversation, so it is entire conversation is deleted, and then I can go for the fresh one. Okay, so this is one such a beautiful technology available for all of us as an educator. Okay, I can highlight whatever I want highlight, just straight away send it to a Google Doc. Okay, and it is exported. Isn't it so easy? So any questions till this time? Because I'm used to speak very fast, so probably you can guide me, like I can go slowly also. Anyone want to shoot a question quickly?
No questions, sir, but I would say that the speed is fine. Speed is actually good.
Speed is fine.
Fine, yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So next thing what I'm going to share with you is like conducting the class over the Google Meet, and you want to have attendance. So what you do for attendance? So as you can see in my screen, there are 30 participants. I can copy it or something like that. Is it like that? So what we do for attendance? So this another extension is here that I am using it, that is Google Meet attendance. Okay, so I have already installed it the same way I have told you. Okay, and now I'm going to use it here. So now if I am at any instance, if I'm going to take the attendance, so entire attendance is available at the click of the moment. So these people are attending at this moment. Okay, if I want to resync it, I can again resync it. Okay, so these 28 people, it has captured their names immediately. I just copy their names, okay, and I can paste it wherever I want. So probably I am pasting it here. So at this moment, these people are present. It is so simple as that. So simple. So all the names which are present from the Google Meet, okay, they are available to me in a split of a second, So you are able to see this icon here from this Google extension called as the Google Meet attendance. Okay. So I am using this here, and then it comes like here. Okay. So you can export to Excel, you can export as text, you can export to Word, anything is possible. Okay. Just I will enter the name of the class FDP BIT. Okay. I says, yeah. So straight away it has come to downloads as a file. Okay. And this file is saved and straight away converted as a, so doesn't it look great? So attendance becomes so easy for all of us. Attendance becomes so easy. Okay. So is it very clear to everyone? I hope it's quite simple in that sense, and it's also fascinating that the technologies can be so wonderful. Okay. So as I'm saying, I am speaking, I think you can also try out these kind of extensions in Google Meet. Okay. So next is, like everywhere now we are using social media like anything. Now our students, we also sadly see that they are engrossed, totally in this, social media, either Facebook or WhatsApp, and then Instagram, all that. So, but now with this, their language is also changing. What is TC is take care and something like that. So it's they also want to send these kind of thumbs up and these kind of so if at all in Google Meet or in another other way around, these options are not available in the free versions. So this is another extension, wonderful extension, what is called as nod reactions. Okay. So this lets you, if I am using the Google Meet. So have you seen this, that I have shown this thumbs up? Are you able to see the thumbs up here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if I want to ask a question, so maybe I will raise a hand that please I want to ask a question. So this makes some sense, because people are used to this kind of technologies, this kind of, so that that is really something they will be really interested to do. So if someone wants to do something, maybe you cracked a joke during your class, so I want to just have a laugh, something like that, or I'm just waving a hand. So this is it syncs very well with the current generation. Okay. Yeah. So this is one more extension, wonderful extension. So next I'm going to tell you about one more extension that is called as web paint. Okay. So I think it is, yeah. So now you can see here this kind of all the drawing tools become available for me. Okay. Before that, I would like to use another so probably I have opened a document here, and now I'm using the extension called as split screen. Okay, split screen. So let's try to see how we can split the screens here. So probably like this. So now, in fact, it is coming up as only one application it is coming up. Okay, so if this we are able to use another application, that would be good for me, but I don't know how it is going to happen, but let me try it. Okay, so the half screen is here and half screen is on the left side. Are you able to see clearly how the screens are, you know, separated? Are you
Yes.
able to see? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So now from onward, if I'm not going to have any other tool to present here, so what I will do, I'm going to use this, what is called as web paint. Is allows me to draw, you know, lines and everything here on the this area. Are you able to see here itself only straight away? So if I say suppose draw a square here, or maybe I fill up the square with colors. Okay, I want to draw curve also. Okay, I think why it is not coming here, I don't know. So here in this screen, actually it is, you know, working as a mouse only in the Word file. Okay, probably it may work here. No, it doesn't work here. Okay, so if I want to use a highlighter, I can use the highlighter as well. Okay, so probably so this is allowing me, you know, to draw these kind of diagrams here. I am drawing these arrows. If you are able to see these arrows. Okay, so something like quickly you want to share. Okay, so this is called as the web paint kind of tool. So don't go by my drawings, they are very raw in nature, but I think some of you might be very much, you know, so very good here. They can use those, okay, drawing tools to the best of possibilities. Okay, so you can change the color, whatever color you want to add here. So any diagram you have added, you can add the color, you can. So this is happening like this basically. Okay, so this is one tool specifically called as web paint. Okay, web paint, very important. Google Meet is there, Nod has been gone, Tactics, yeah. Then split screen also we have already seen, but let me explain that again. Okay, so how we want to align it, left align, right align. If you want to have complete, you know, 4 windows, we want to go for 2 windows horizontally, you know, or vertically, or the single tab. So let me go this way only. So now this is, you know, split into 2 and you are able to see the entire screen. So this is very much possible using the extension. Okay, so it is like that way we are able to see that. Okay, so I am again switching it to the single tab. So vertical we have already seen how we have, you know, shifted it vertically. So this allows me to use my screen space like anything. From anywhere I can use my screen space. Okay, so that is a very, very big advantage of the split screen feature. Okay, so is it that you are able to, you know, understand this? Anyone wants to quickly ask a question? No questions?
Sir, I have a query.
Yeah, please.
Most of the time, our presentators, they find it difficult, like when you are presenting, when your presentation is on full screen mode.
Okay.
So what happens in Google Meet is the presenter can only see his screen. He is unable to read the chat box. He is unable to see what is happening in the rest of the room. And whatever he is presenting can be viewed by everyone else. I mean, the presenter can be viewed by others, but the presenter himself cannot view the students. So is there a solution for that too?
give me some time. I have not worked on that. That's a very serious disadvantage of Google Meet. Because have you explored Cisco WebEx anytime?
No, sir, not yet.
So I will just run through it very quickly. I can show you how the Cisco WebEx also runs. And then there are so many facilities also with Cisco WebEx. And
Okay.
how much time Meet is allowed by Google Meet? Time allowed? Is there any time limitation on Google Meet?
So these days for free versions it is 60 minutes. Post 60 minutes automatically
Okay.
they disconnect. Yes.
So I think it is the same with Cisco WebEx as well. Okay. But I think there are so many good features with WebEx. So these extensions are not required. Most of these features are available in Cisco WebEx. So let me find out. Yeah. So this is like my account. I have gone through the Cisco WebEx, and since being it is a basically you know official account of the VNIT, so it's quite you know, there are so many features, but we have used it on our personal mail IDs as well. Okay. So the best part of Cisco WebEx is, you know, like you can schedule meets, you can start a meet immediately. Anyone wants to, you know, meet me on my personal room also, I have to just share this link and I can start any meeting very immediately. This is my link, vnit.webex.com/meet Anupam Kher. So anyone can, you know, connect me through this link. Okay. So if I'm going to start a meet, say, suppose I start an immediate meeting. I don't know if it is going to create a conflict or not, but let me see if that is possible. Okay. Yeah. So this is like, I can start video. You cannot because it is already in use. Okay. So if I start the meeting, and everyone can just straight away, you know, connect me with using that mail. Or if you, so now here in WebEx, if I share this PPT now, okay, the best part is that these all the things are now available to me. I can click, the chat is available here. The chat is available to you. Or how many participants are there? I can go and, you know, right now I am the only participant. So I can unmute, mute the participant. Okay, specifically write a message to particular. Then the biggest advantage is that I am able to record. And then here, the annotations are there. Annotations, what I was supposed to do with an external tool, they are very much straight away available here. So like, you know, if I'm, you know, trying to use these annotations like this, okay. So I'm drawing, you know, drawing the diagrams or trying to pinpoint, okay. Or maybe, you know, tree drawing. I'm trying to show how the forces are acting, okay. Or you know, drawing here, highlighting particular process, okay. Or showing that, you know, the current is flowing from here to here. So this is very much possible within the WebEx here. It's all already given there itself. You have to go nowhere from the WebEx outside. There is no separate annotation software required at all. No separate software is required. So you can in fact try, but the problem with the Gmail type of account is that we will be required to, you know, use only that limited, you know, type of time limit. We have to set 2-3 limits. So every class, if one class we are using, it is really good. So this is
Okay.
this.
Sir,
Yeah.
one more query, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please.
One more query in that while you were presenting your screen in WebEx and you opened a chat box. So when when you opened the chat box on your window, was that chat box visible to the students also with whom the screen was shared, or was it just you and they were able to see only the presentation?
No. It is available. It is not. I can open the chat box anywhere. Only some of the time what I have seen here, like I'm sharing the screen again here. What you can see, okay. Now the chat I open here, okay. So if I bring it here, suppose bring it here. So in WebEx, what happens that sometimes the students have complained to me that they are experiencing a gray portion on the screen if these chat
Okay.
box are brought to, but I have such a this kind of facility that I can hide it on that side. So beyond this,
Right.
okay, if this is my full screen presentation also, so still I have the both the sides left for me by for this chat box or knowing the participants. Everything is available here. So unless otherwise I bring it to this side, the people will not complain to me, and everyone
Okay.
will not complain. It is depending on the data connection user have.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is another advantage. Then uh, so many options are there. I will just stop sharing here and also stop this meet right now. Yeah. Okay. So now if I schedule these meetings, what happens that my meetings are they come up as like this only if I'm very. So normally what happens that we have a class, say Monday morning 10 o'clock class, okay. So I can just keep a very simple password here, and I can schedule it as per my wish. So tomorrow say 22 morning 10 o'clock class, 10:00, 10 a.m. duration 1 minute. Okay. And the recurrence option is wonderful here. So every timetable, I have this Monday class, I only have to create one meeting. And I say that this class is going to, it is going to end after say entire session. I will have say 10 classes. I can say up to 10, or I can give a specific date that this recurrence is going to happen up to say 20th January. So every Monday 10 o'clock, or what is the tomorrow, it's Friday, it's Thursday. So every Thursday 10 a.m. this class will be created automatically, emails will be sent, and attendees I have to just put their mails like this. Here I can put the names by separated commas. The mails will be automatically sent, and then you have to just schedule it. This is one big advantage, very big advantage of the WebEx. And then as I used the you know the recordings are also available on their cloud. So whatever the earlier classes I have taken, the size of my recordings, everything is available here. Then very importantly that I was using you know some other tool for taking up attendance. There is absolutely no requirement at all. If I can choose any date, and I want to see how many people attended for how much time they were available, I can use this kind of usage report in WebEx. So now I think today morning only I think I have taken a class. Okay. So you can see how many people were attending this class. I want to just so it's taking time, but so what happened that entire details of these people are available, what time they entered, what time they left, and then I have to just export the report. So no need of taking attendance and everything. We are all already have left taking attendance. We have left it to the WebEx only. So this kind of report is generated here. See, the name, complete name of the candidate. So some of the people, they come and join, they leave the meeting, they again rejoin, but as such everything is recorded. Is start time, end time is also, and we get it. So some people have, attended the class less than 10 minutes, we can mark them for absent also. So this is a wonderful feature of WebEx. That, and then going beyond, I will need a separate class on WebEx as well. So I'm not going to do that, but so this is the way we look at it. Okay. So coming to our meeting, yeah. So that was about the tools of the Google Meet as well as the WebEx. I think has anyone gone through and created used Google Classrooms? Any one of you have used Google Classroom? No one?
Not really, sir.
Hello, sorry, I couldn't get it.
No, sir. I haven't used Google Classroom, sir.
So you are not gone through Google Classroom. Okay. So Google Classroom, it being a Google feature, so naturally Google Meet, Google Docs, Google Sheets. So the integration is very much possible there. The integration is wonderful. Okay, in that sense. So it's quite easy, quite even the Google Drive also we can use, Google Forms also we can use. But right now I don't think we will have enough time to get into this, but very easy. I suppose that you can create your classes here, time schedule, then create assignments, then from here itself we can so you can create a assignment, quiz assignment, then questions, then you can provide the material, and for one batch it is over, everything remains there. You can use it for another year also if you are using it for online. So most of us are considering भाई ये कब कोरोना खत्म हो गया और हम लोग हमारे क्लास में आके पढ़ाना चालू करें. Something like people are thinking from that perspective. But in future, our jobs are at stake. It's a lot of people are going to come up and start teaching from across the world. So this is a very big challenge for all of us. Okay. So anyway, so now from here onwards, let me go through. So WebEx I have already explained to you. Okay. So now some of these gadgets I am trying to tell you. So the gadgets are, I think, so the gadgets required as such, there is, you can use it for very, very small amount, but it can go up to 10,000, 12,000, 50,000 also. Okay. So headphones, you should be using a very good quality of headphones whenever you are using it. So if you want to go for a separate microphone also, you can go for a separate microphone also. So here in gadgets, I'm going to tell you about 2-3 pen tablets. Okay. What kind of pen tablets we have, and we will be using that. So first of that is called as it's a XP Pen Deco 3. So it's a Chinese product. So let me show you that, if at all you are able to see it. So this is one with me available. I'm rightly using this. It is a wired one, as well as you just put a USB sort of dongle to it. It becomes wireless, and with this pen comes up. It's a wireless pen. So it's a Chinese product costing 11,000 right now, and whatever drawing I want to do, I can do it here only. So right now in this meet, we are able to see that this is moving like a mouse right now, because So how much pressure you want to give it, or there are two pens available here, two buttons available. One is for the right click, another is for the left click. So this is done. This button is there, so it allows me to zoom, it allows me to use different buttons on the eraser, eyedropper, or undo. Okay, so this is allowing me, or this comes up with its settings. So this is called as a pen tablet, and it's a wonderful tool for all of us. In fact, every college must buy it for three four pen tablets for every departments, or at least to begin with, every department should have at least one pen tablet now. Okay, so this is one Deco 3. I'm going to show you quickly about it through a very small 1 or 2 minute video. It will be good for you, and meanwhile I will also take a break. I will have just a sip of water also.
Sir, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, so XP pen tablet, you are all able to see the video, wonderful video. Of course it is brought by the manufacturer himself, so they are trying to project it. But most of my colleagues, they have been using it for, I think some of them have been using it for now years together. So just forget that this tool is for online teaching only. No, if you are presenting in the class using the Microsoft PowerPoint, okay, you can use it very much in the PowerPoint itself, and it can be used wonderfully, just wonderfully. Okay, so let me run through my one of such presentation, and we'll let you know like how this XP pen works out for all of us. Okay, so yeah, so this is one such presentation. You are able to see the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is my regular class here, presentation. So suppose now I'm using it for my purpose, and I want to explain this. Okay, what kind of diagram is this, or something like that. So in the PowerPoint, you must be all aware about these options available. Have you utilized these options earlier? This, they comes up with a right click. Okay, so I'm using the right click function of the pen, so I can go with a laser pointer first. So now I want to show about this. This is the boom of that machine. This is the bucket of this machine. This is the body of the machine. This is called as A frame. something like that. So I think you are all able to see it very well. Okay, so one dozer machine is working here. Okay, another small shovel is operating on the coal seam. This is called as a dumper truck. So I hope you all may be able to see it here with. So this is a laser pointer. I'm using it. Okay, so now I change it to say pen now. So I want to show you that, okay, the direction of mining as such here in this direction is from here. Okay, so mine is, the mining is operating like this only. Okay, but in particularly the 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 sequence of operations are in this particular strip are like this. So I'm drawing this diagram here. So one strip is being, worked like this. So I can, specifically pinpoint somewhere, here. This is the, so I can explain about this. I can, draw diagrams, anything I can do with the pen here. Okay. And in particular, say in text area, suppose I am going to use text here. Okay, so the text, because it is many times boring for the students to just go through the text. So what I am going to do, so I am going to use it. So cast blasting, I am going to use it a highlighter here as a highlighter. So if any important words are there, I must tell you that the limit should be between 25 to 50 minutes. So please forgive me for this poor skills. I am not used to this product. I am using a different product right now, but I brought it this specifically for you to show it from my colleague. So this is a highlighter I can use here from the PowerPoint itself, and I'm using it through the DecoPen. If I don't have any DecoPen or anything, this kind of option is not available, can I still use it? Yes, why not? This is now my mouse is only available with me, so I can use it. I can use all these. Okay, here I will use, and then probably, so I am using this, I am making like this. So this is a highlighter. So basically I am making it 25 to 50% highlight probably. So even with the mouse I can use the annotations. I think most of you must be knowing it very well. I hope you all already are using this feature of Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase all the link. So I think next is one more. I think arrow options are also there. No, it is not there. So in between I have to make a complete drawing here, complete drawing. So what I can do, go for a black or white screen here in the midst of my presentation. Okay, so here in the midst of presentation, sorry, so I have used the white screen. Okay, so white screen, I think it is still being used like a pointer option. I will use a pen here. Okay, and with the pen, so probably I'm drawing some drawing here. Okay, so maybe I'm drawing some cylindrical shape, trying to show how the forces are acting, the compressive forces are acting, or the forces acting from all the directions. So this is very much possible in PowerPoint using the white screen or the black screen. Okay, and the best part is that I can save them also at the end of the presentation. Okay, so now let me try. I'm not very fond of using, black screen, but yeah.
Sir, right now, are you using your mouse to write, or are you using that
No, I'm
HP
using the pen. I am using the pen right
textbook
now.
pen?
So
Okay.
that's why you
Because
must
the
be
handwriting
wondering
was
that.
very fluent.
Otherwise, if I'm using my mouse, it will look like this. Okay, I'm using my mouse here, so it looks like this. But if I'm writing with the pen, okay, so
Yeah, we can see the difference.
yeah, so you can see the difference. So because it's actually, I'm a left-handed, so I have not configured it for the left-hand operations. That's why it's going, some. I have kept it in this tilted inclination, because that's why it is coming like this. If probably maybe, so it is coming up like this. So it's a wonderful thing. In the midst of the presentation, I can use for any ink also. I can go for any ink. So probably, okay. So something, any drawing, any engineering drawing, if you are able to draw your diagrams, probably I am not very sure about it, but I think these kind of diagrams, electrical engineer make draw very easily. Okay, something like this. Am I right? Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but I think these kind of circuit diagrams are also very much easily drawable. I think people will be, the most important part is like bring them to the class, bring them to the attention. That is very important, because even this class is going on, so it's going on. I'm not sure how many people are attending, how many are there, or people as a part of these stories, they just put on the cameras and they vanish. They put off the camera and they vanish from the scene. So only the educator is teaching. So this is happening with us everywhere. Okay, so then I can you know then move on to my next presentation. Okay, so even in this diagram also, as I told you, I can really wonderfully work it out. Okay, how I want to but the most important part, that I need to go to the screen or the pointer options. Okay, so I'm going to highlight. Specifically, I'm saying this is a reclaimed area, this is spoiling, whenever I'm saying whatever the things, and trying to show that this material needs to be thrown here. I can use highlighter, I can use pen. This is the wonderful feature. Okay, so this is the disadvantage of this is like, in our domain, where so it is asking you, do you want to keep the annotations, like you can save them, as objects. So that is the best part of it. So right now I'm discarding it, but you can keep it. Okay, so next such device is I'm going to show you, that is a wonderful product again, that is called as Wacom. uh, the like Zoom, I'm not using Zoom or the Deco 3 for the one reason that it is Chinese, so I'm not using it. So if you want to stay away from this product, so Wacom is one thing. Okay, then another one is the Wacom is basically, it's originated from Japan. Eyeball is also there, you can use Eyeball also. So let's try to see what is Wacom is offering for us in terms of this plain tablet. So the best part is that there are these kind of Clip Studio, Pen Pro, then Corel of Aftershock or Corel Pointer Essentials. This comes with this kind of software also. This is the very big advantage. One of our faculty is using it for almost close to 5 years now. Very happy, very satisfied customer. So
Sir, is this Wacom similar to this XP Pen tablets?
pardon?
Wacom, is it similar to XP Pen tablets?
Yeah, it is same, almost the competitor, it is same. Okay, the technology is very similar. The next time what I'm going to show you is it's a wonderful technology, and it is brought in by Indian, called as it's a made in India or make in India product initiative. It's in fact, given the choice, I am going to buy it anytime in future. So it is, these are all coming in the cost of 10,000. But if companies or the organizations, they go for buying, I think my previous organization, they have brought it 4 a piece for every department, so they could bargain it to the cost of almost 4,000 per piece, as cheap as that. Okay, and you need not be going for
Sir,
these
why,
bigger, yeah, please.
sir, why we cannot hear the video?
You are not able to hear the video. Okay, that is some setting, that has to be some setting. Okay, so whenever I'm sharing this, it has to be some setting is there. Sharing, whenever I'm sharing, use a phone for audio.
No, sir, that is because of the Google Meet application. In Google Meet, in case if you want to share a video, then it has to be shared through another tab, a Chrome tab. You have to open share Chrome tab, and from there you have to.
Okay, it is like that. Okay, fine, because this issue is quite well handled in Cisco WebEx. So Cisco WebEx, you have to just configure it for audio and video. It straight away runs your audio. So I will just run the video for you, and then I will explain you the technology. So as you can see here, okay, it's a wonderful technology. It is different from what I have shown to you earlier. Okay, so it is not still available with wireless. It has to be a wired. The pen, what you can see, pen here is quite similar to our pen. Okay, and I think the refills also, if you have seen the refills also, they are these, I think these are the refills. Are you able to see the refills here? So these refills are available in this specific type of pen, and which is available in any retail store. These refills are available. Only you have to ask for the metallic refills. Okay, and this pen is using that refill, so you can use simple pages. Okay, here you have to put, yeah. So what this person is doing here, he has put up a simple A4 size page, and he starts writing on that. So it is so easy that as good as you are writing on the pages or you are making your own notes, they gets converted into our online content. So if you are good in drawing, you can use your own scale, you can use your drawing equipments, You can draw a complete, engineering drawing diagram as per your convenience, and then it is converted into the digital content. That is the biggest advantage of this product called as iScribe. Okay, so it's not a tablet. It is that's why they call it as a scribe. Okay, so this person is writing here, and then it is like converted into this kind of material. Okay, the best part, the way I have written it, okay, and that it is in some portion I have written wrongly, so I can just erase it. Okay, and then I can play it n number of times I need for the future, n number of times. So once the so in my days I used to have the notes of my professors only, and few books only. Now everything on Google is available, but still this iScribe digitizer is it's a out of world product, in the sense that if you are someone is into arts also, someone is in arts also, and someone is probably in architecture class. So even the architects, they have so much of drawing which is being done by their teachers. So as for they do lot of freehand drawing. In fact, using what the demonstration I have seen, in fact, I can use a one single complete 400-page notebook also. If I straight away, instead of this paper, if I put a complete 200-400-page notebook, and as I start writing page by page on into it, the only important thing that the page I'm writing should be above the iScribe pad. It is very important that page I'm writing, it should be the above the pad. So I need not tear apart the pages. The entire copy for me is created, and at the same time this copy is then converted into the digital notes straight away. So of course, now in the age of copy and paste, this is something that people those who you extensively use copy and paste, they may not prefer, because then these people will they are not using their own notes, they are not creating their own notes by writing. But there are many aspects that you won't get it straight away. So this is a wonderful feature in that sense. Okay.
Sir, a silly question here actually.
Yeah.
But then the paper that was used here in advertisement was a blank paper. Can we
Yeah.
also use a lined paper?
Ruled paper. You
Ruled
can
paper,
use
yeah.
ruled paper. You can use a graph. If you want to draw a graph, just use a graph paper also. Absolutely no issues. Okay. And see how this is being now converted into this form, wonderful form. Okay. So this way you can create these contents for your okay. The problem is that everything gets converted into PDF, so it is not easily available as searchable text. You have to use other tools like Nitro PDF, or this kind of softwares will be required, or some optical character recognition which converts your PDF into Word documents. Okay, but this is very much easily available. And this even you are writing a book for yourself, you start writing, it is converted into the book format. That is the biggest advantage of this tool called as the iScribe digitizer. I think you can see it very well. Okay. Yeah. So this is iScribe digitizer. What is next in store? Okay. So yeah. So next, very important aspect of online teaching, that the kind of input that goes into creation of an online content, the kind of input that goes into the online content. What happens is basically in our case. Okay, so we study, we refer so much of material, then we create our PPTs and then present it to the students. So the problem is, like, if I'm delivering this lecture, and the kind of efforts I have brought into this lecture, you know almost 2 days, 3 days, I'm sitting, then researching, trying to find out what could be the best options for all the teachers. So I have created some content. Now, you know if uh, if I want to launch my own YouTube channel for any subject, like I'm teaching, so the class I have delivered, let's make this class recorded in that format only, that it can become straight away a my what is called as a YouTube lecture. So let's plan it accordingly, that the class I am delivering through the Google Meet or WebEx or Microsoft Meets. So why I should be doing it separately and spending on my energy on creating separate classes? Yes, if you want to create a very specific classes online for specific audience, there is still that chance is very much available. So these kind of technologies are available now, with so many softwares being available for creation of the content, which is online or offline, anything. Okay, so some of them I am going to show you here. Yeah, so this is called as OBS. OBS is one such a wonderful software to create all our contents, whether you want to go it for you know uh, from any source, any content you want to create, whether you want to create it using your webcam, you want to add presentation, you want to use any YouTube video, you want to export anything as a video, you want to export it as a say MP4 file. So this kind of things are very much available. This will require a very detailed session, uh, but I'm just trying to show you as a OBS is absolutely you know uh, a free open source software. So no need of cracks and everything, nothing, nowhere. It's absolutely a free open source software. Okay, so if I, like, these are the various sources, I can input the capture, I can use the you know now here if I'm going to use my display capture here, so I created here. So I will try to just take a display capture as here, so it will start capturing the entire display of here in the software. Okay, so display capture, I have brought it, and I will delete this. Yes, so whatever being is displayed here, so there are so many options available, but I am not a great expert. So if you are playing a game, so some kind of game is there, for now there are technologies available in so many branches, that even the gaming option is also there to understand the technology. So you can capture the game, you can capture the video, you can capture the audio, you can run through a browser. Okay, you can import uh, say media from here somewhere. So where is the media? So suppose if I have some video, I don't know. Yeah, So this is one video. Okay, so I have brought in here. So what is the, where I should keep it here? So the entire screen I can use it like for that purpose. I want to expand it. Then maybe I want to add some text somewhere. You know. I can put it here also. So that's the beauty of it, the creating the online content using these kind of technologies, then exporting it, then keeping the entire content. Okay. Because since my video is now blocked right now by our WebEx meeting, let me hide this video and use it here. Let me. So display capture, no, video capture device. Yeah. So now you can see that this is available. So if I want to keep some presentation is going on and I want to keep my video here at the, okay, at some any corner, and this video is also running here in this corner, and then so the full screen is being also captured here. So this way I can create my videos. I will need a very long lecture to cover this tool, but this is called as OBS, that you can it's just such a wonderful software. Features, so many features are there. uh, like it will it's a complete tutorial series for doing this software. Okay, so I'm not going to go into the details, but if you want to go for creating an offline content, or the content you are showing through the meets, you can record it by screen capture here. No need, you can use different sources, put together here, and make a one single video as it is. Okay, so I have exited from this application right now. Okay, so I hope it was a good experience for all of you. Yeah, I think, yeah, one such, I think another free version is here, that is called as OpenShot Video Editor. It is also a wonderful video editor. It's a wonderful video editor. Okay, so suppose I bring in some file here. So I import a file here. Yeah, so this file is here, and then I bring it down to the lowest track. Okay, so it can be run here. So I can uh, split this. I can split the video, slice all, keep the both sides. Okay, so now it is split. I will add a title here. Okay, so these are so many different aspects of giving the title, how I want to have a title, in what way I want to have title. So it's again a very big uh, how much you all are able to explore it. Okay, so title line. So this title can be brought here. Okay, Then within these two videos, I want to add some kind of transition. Okay, so the effect is, or it can be brought here also. So now you can see how the transition is taking place from one video to another. So this is a complete suite video editing software. It's a completely suite of video editing software, wonderful software. It will require, again, a lot of expertise, really some good practice. Okay, so like now you can see here. So this kind of transition is taking place, but so you can add audios, add music to your content. So many things are possible with this. So many things are possible. Okay, I can use so much of different effects also. I can change the video. So this is a completely free of cost and a very good, very well rated software for video editing. Okay, so I am not going into great details right now. Next thing what I'm going to show you very quickly is this software called as Flashback Screen Recorder, and I have used it extensively. Okay, so you go onto this site of flashbackrecorder.com and use. There are two versions. One is this called as Pro, and it will always keep on uh, asking you to go for Pro, but I am interested in Flashback Express. This is absolutely free software, absolutely free. Okay, so from the page we will, that's why I have kept this page, and we have to go at the bottom. We want to go for the software called as Flashback Express. Okay, so this software I have downloaded and already installed on my system, so I will just try to show you. So whatever activity I am doing on the screen or a portion of the screen, everything is recordable. Okay, so what you want to do, so let's go for a recording. Yeah, so whether I want to go for full screen mode or I want to go for some region. So if I say region, then I will have to choose the region. So what happened normally, that say if you want to capture some video from, say want to capture some video from the YouTube. So in fact it is not needed there. Okay, so what happens, that we can only choose a portion of our screen, only portion of the screen, by using this. So right now I'm going for a full screen mode. So it has detected my uh, then it can also record the the sound of the video. Okay, so if I want to stop within the video and say something, a YouTube video is going on, and then at the same time I'm saying something, so it can be used for that purpose only. So let me go again.
Hello. Hello. Sunil sir, am I
Yes,
audible?
sir. Yeah, sir. Audible.
You are able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Now we can. Yes.
Okay, okay. So you are able to see the screen, what I have shared to you?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
okay, sorry.
Screen is
I
not
will have to
visible.
share it again, sorry. Yeah. So we are in the midst of this, flashback screen recorder. Okay. Yeah. So these are the settings. So if I want to capture the entire screen, I do not want anything to be seen on the flashback recorder. I can hide even the flashback also. Then sounds. So I will go with the microphone. So our webcam also, you can set how much resolution you want for the webcam. Then recording mode. Then very importantly, the hotkeys. Like I can give any key as a as a starting and stopping key. So if I go for say F4 here for starting and F5 as the stopping, okay, and then sorry, this I will delete here. Stop recording as I'm using it as F5. Sorry, here I am using as F5 and pause as F6. If I save this, so this will be remaining like this. Okay. And now if I want to record here the entire activity, I want to record it. Okay, what will happen? I will just have to go and click the record or whatever the function key I have given it. Another setting is uh, yeah, where you want to save. Then one important aspect of, yeah, so if you have some wonderful desktop wallpaper, so it will make it as a plain wallpaper. It will hide all the desktop icons, and even the bottom taskbar will be hide if you want it, okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just start recording. Okay, so whatever I'm doing, so it says that to stop recording press F5 because I kept it, so through T1 it goes on. Okay, so now this is the meeting has been recorded. If I do anything on the screen, I run this PPT I have prepared for you, but everything I have actually done by explaining there itself. If I run the PPT like this, okay, whatever the things I will do on the screen, okay, it is being recorded here. Okay, now I go for the, so I want to do something. So what I have done is, so you have made a recording, it has stopped now and I want to save it, so I say yes, save. So I will just give you some idea where it is being saved. I will say straight away I'm saving it in downloads. Okay, so do you want to play it? So whatever the recordings was made, it is very much available here. And now it is imported here in.
Sir, you are not audible.
See, that is a recording. I'm playing that. That is not, so the everything actually I captured there, and it is a video. I'm playing it. So okay,
Okay.
so that audio is not available.
Okay.
So
I'm so
I
sorry.
have recorded everything, and now I'm running a video of it. So just let me go through it one more time. Okay, so this window which is available, I can, you can make it short also. I can hide this window or I can keep it in any corner. Okay, and the best part is now that I can export it. So as a MP4, I can export this file, okay, and whatever the size I want, exactly dimension wise, frame rate wise, video quality wise, okay, the highest video quality is there. I can, or whatever the codecs, this only 2 codecs are available. I can export this file as a, okay, as a MP4 file or AVI file. So now this, so it is, and it is very fast software. You can see it that it is happening in few seconds, but of course the video was not longer, but it hardly takes much time. So do you want to view it? Now this is a MP4.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I think we have lost your screen. Screen sharing is not taking place right now.
Screen share is not there.
No, sir, screen is not being shared right now.
Okay, sorry. So this is the MP4 which is now exported out of the software. Okay, so this is the MP4. So this is one such beautiful software which is called as Flashback Screen Recorder. Okay. So I hope you have enjoyed these softwares also, all the tools and tips. Okay. Yeah. One more thing I wanted to tell you very quickly. I'm going to tell you now. No, not much time available for the reason. Okay. Yeah. So Google Chrome comes up with a very beautiful, screen sharing app, what is called as Google Chrome Shared Desktop, Chrome Remote Desktop, Chrome Remote Desktop. So how I'm going to use this Chrome Remote Desktop? Okay. So the best part of Chrome Remote Desktop is if I'm using it right now, okay, so it is going to try to find out from where I can connect. So if it is available on my PC also, if it is available on my PC as well, let me find out if I have. I think in some time ago I have uninstalled it. Sorry. No, it is not there. So same Chrome Remote Desktop application, if I install it on my uh, phone, and I am able to connect my phone screen, so my phone screen becomes available here. Okay. So if the time allows, maybe we have very few minutes left. People must be hungry, quite hungry right now. So let me see if it is installed and I'm able to share it. So the best part, what I'm trying to tell you here is sharing of my mobile or maybe a tab I have on the screen here. Okay, on the screen here, and I can use anything on my mobile screen and it is projected here. That is the another way of using using technology for the purpose of creation of content of the classes. Okay, so this is Chrome and very fast. Do you have? No, No, this is also nothing. So one more thing is there, what is called as virtual virtual tablet. So if I'm not going to buy anything, virtual tablet. Okay. So whenever you will have time, please see this video. It's a wonderful application using your phone as a virtual tablet. Okay. So yeah. So by means of Wi-Fi, by Bluetooth or cable connection, if you are able to connect your phone to the screen, and then very importantly, if this virtual tablet very cost effective, just last second I will tell you. Create your own stylus pen. I think this is it is coming up in a cost of as much as 5 or 10 rupees. You can create a stylus pen for your mobile at home. Very easy to do it. Okay. So probably I think some kind of uh, it makes a 2-minute stylus here. I don't know, but there are so many available videos. You can create a stylus pen by just one simple copper wire and cotton and unused, thrown old pen or sketch pen. It becomes a stylus for you. It becomes a stylus for you. And what you can do, you can write with that stylus pen on the mobile screen, and everything which is you are writing either by using the Chrome remote desktop or virtual tablet, everything, any drawing you do it here, it's only 5 rupees investment. Just make a stylus here, that pen, and you write anything on that application, it will come onto the screen. So that's a wonderful feature. We can use it for projecting the mobile screen onto the desktop screen. Two applications I have told you, the Chrome remote desktop. So Chrome remote desktop is to be needed to be installed on PC as well as on your phone, and virtual tablet is also required to be installed here. So this is the virtual tablet which is being installed on my PC. It is not available, maybe you cannot see it clearly, but this is the way you can connect your phone screen to the laptop or any projection screen and record. Because if these big expensive 10,000 tablets are not available to you, you can use it, the 5 rupees stylus pen. Just Google it, 5 rupees stylus pen, you will be able to create at home. Okay. So I think enough from my side. I've told so many things. I hope you appreciate. A lot of people have already left because of the time constraint, but still, yeah. Anyone wants to?
Yes, sir. Of course, we appreciate a lot. Sir, one query again, one final query.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the session, you mentioned that Office 365 also comes with really nice features. Now that you are aware of generally what professors require, what would you suggest? Office 365 or G Suite Google Classroom? What would you suggest?
G Suite I will recommend for the reason because then it is a Gmail integration, and the kind of Gmail ID we will get it, because uh, the uh, professional mail ID is very important nowadays. Professional mail ID. Many things are like, for the reason I'm teach during my training and placement days. So I think which is the competitor of this cloud services, Chinese company. If you remember anything, you remember that company, Chinese company, cloud competitors. It's a Chinese company, but I don't remember right it now. Microsoft, Oracle, Dell, Alibaba. Yeah. So if I am going for Alibaba Cloud, okay. So Alibaba Cloud University offerings. Just see it. So if something which is costing a common man $975, entire Alibaba Cloud is available to the students at $1 cost only, $1. So $974 they are relieving it. Okay. Or maybe if I'm Dell company, I'm saying Dell laptops scheme for students. So if I'm a student, okay, so if I'm going to use this student laptop offer from Dell India, what they are going to ask me is my org mail id of my campus. So it is also same way applicable to the teachers also. Whenever I'm going anywhere with my edu mail id or something, that helps me a lot. So these kind of special deals are available for students. So many offerings are there on. So if you are using any
Abhijit sir?
Yes, sir. I think there must have been some network issue with Anupam here, sir.
No,
That is the
actually,
reason.
I think he, sir has left actually. Yeah.
Yeah, left as in sir वो I think that network issue की वजह से वो बात कर रहे थे. He was talking, but it must have been because of the network issue that
Exactly.
he got disconnected.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for say 10-20, say half a minute, and then we will conclude if it does not back to us.
Okay. No issue, sir.
Okay, all the members are requested to stay tuned with us for 30 seconds. We are waiting for our guest to join back. If it does not, then we will conclude the session. Please stay connected.
Yeah, sir has joined.
Yeah, sorry. So it suddenly went off. I don't know what happened. So anyways, thank you. Anyone wants to ask any question quickly, or
If anybody has any queries, you may unmute yourself and feel free to ask our expert speaker. Sir, I suppose there aren't any queries.
okay.
Um, but thank you very much, sir, for such a wonderful session. I think this was a much needed session. Though I believe that if it would have been possible, maybe if we would have met in the month of say March or April or something like that, it would have been much more beneficial for us. Uh, it was really nice to know there were so many applications that you shared, sir, which were not even which I was personally not even aware of. Like Tactic for Google Meet is what you shared, which brings in the captions of whatever we speak. Then Google Attendance software, then odd reactions for Google, Google Chrome remote desktop, and things like that. XP Pen tablets, and the way you explained all the methods, right from how to install them to how to use them. I really believe I that it is really easy to conduct online sessions now after listening to your session. So on
See,
behalf of Yes, sir.
sorry, I'm disturbing you, but I must tell you, for now onwards, every teacher should aspire to have their own online classes. For the reason that I told you, our jobs in future will be challenged by these technologies tremendously. You know like people, someone is conducting a class in San Francisco, and the students from India are joining, or students from Japan are joining that class. So it is already happening around the world in the technologies where which the companies are using, or the professionals, they are doing these kind of classes, online classes. So this is going to stay now forever. So it is not that we were supposed to use it from March only. My question is that it has to be become into our daily practice now, did kind of. So suppose I am going for a a tour, and I'm at some place away from the city of my college, and still I want to conduct a class. I don't want to miss my class. I'm on a tour, official tour also maybe. So I will just find a time, 1 hour time, and conduct a online session. So it is like you should aspire, everyone should aspire for online content now. Okay.
Yes, sir. That would be very correct to say, because the way we are looking forward to future, as you mentioned, we need to be prepared for it. And of course, we being from the teaching fraternity, we also need to move ahead along with the technological advancements. So thank you very much, sir, for conducting such a wonderful session on behalf of Ballarpur Institute of Technology and on behalf of organizing committee of this faculty development program. I thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anupam sir, thank you so much on the behalf of Ballarpur Institute of Technology and its organizing committee. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
It is
sir. Thank you,
actually
Sunil sir.
it is a very nice and informative session.
Thank you.
Thanks once again.
All the members who have connected with us for this session are requested to please fill in the feedback forms. The feedback forms for this session, the link to fill in the feedback form for this session will be shared shortly on the WhatsApp group. You are requested to fill in the feedback form. The link to fill in the feedback form sessions will remain open till 11 p.m. tonight, and we will resume tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. You will to join tomorrow's session. You will get a fresh link tomorrow morning. Uh, in case if you have any queries, you can always talk to the coordinator, Professor Sunil Guntawar, sir. So see you tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Thank you.